All right. Welcome back to New Cammack. In our last session, the gang did battle with the nameless fungal monster that was successfully tracked by their Brujah friend Barry Bilson to a pig farm called the Abbott Family Abattoir, where it had been apparently feeding on and ghouling pigs, brainwashing the resident mortal, and hiding in a body of wastewater. As soon as it was spotted emerging from this shit lagoon to feed, the creature unexpectedly sprouted a pair of wings and began flying away. But Darby was able to grab it by the foot and hang on from it while it fled. As the creature was in the air, Prince Archibald threw a sledgehammer at it like Thor. Augustin tried unsuccessfully to fell it with a magical animated stake called a splinter servant. Barry and Excavo shot it, and Darby stabbed it. But it was eventually able to escape at the cost of both of its legs, which it deliberately ripped off in an attempt to desperately detach the dangling Darby. Now, Prince Archibald, Excavo, Augustin, Darby, Barry, and Augustin's bear cub have reconvened at the entrance to the Abbott family property, with Excavo and Archibald having just stolen the Abbott's pickup truck and thrown two large breeding sows into the truck bed, who each had been nursing their piglets in pens mere moments before being inexplicably abducted.
Can you believe this shit, cub face? 12 hours of my immortal life gone! Just flew the hell away! How could it do that to us?
That's how long it took you to make the splinter servant?
Precisely.
So what happened to me? I landed from having the legs ripped off.
Darby was taken a few yards, maybe a dozen yards, into the woods and was around 60 feet off of the air when the creature detached its own legs and Darby dropped. Darby did, however, manage to throw one of his chakrams at a mysterious amulet or pendant or fancy necklace that the creature was wearing around its neck, detaching this item. Darby was able to catch it, and Darby fell. The creature's legs fell. Darby's chakram fell, and he found it again. And Darby is, at this point, collecting as many of those things as he cares to and returning back to the group.
Yeah, I try to recover all of my spent weapons. I don't know, one of the chakrams may have been lodged in the back of the thing, but no, it ripped its legs off. So I feel like if I investigate the legs and the surrounding area, I should be able to get my 3 total chakras back.
You had a total of 5, and you only used 1. You pulled the top one off of your hat, and you were stabbing, and then you threw it, and then you found that chakram again later, looking around in the forest.
I take all my spoils. I collect all this shit up, anything I can carry, including the legs, and I take them back to the pig farm.
All right, you find Archibald and Excavo in a stolen truck, and Augustin and his bear cub and Barry in your El Camino.
So we see Darby. Does he have the legs like over his shoulders?
No,
like,
and he comes in like they're trophies, and he's like, "Y'all find a torso over here somewhere?"
I know we were just trying to follow you. What have you got there?
I got my part. What?
Your part? I didn't realize we were collecting.
Well, if we are, I'm winning.
Well, what happens up there?
Get a leg out. I was hanging on to it. I was, climbing my way up to it, and it detached its own legs. And we all took a tumble, but I got this on the way down. I think there's some kind of magic shit happening with this thing.
Oh, not again.
And I shake it vaguely at our Tremere counterpart. Just, there's something magical. And I'm like making sure I'm in front of the good eye. Like, here you go. It's over here.
Would it be useful for me to use like my auspex to try and like, I don't know, see if there's something I can read from that? Is there a soul in there?
You have heightened senses and you have aura perception. You attempt aura perception on the item and you detect no aura, suggesting that it is not alive and it doesn't contain anything alive. Aura perception doesn't do you any good on anything other than living things, though there are
it could have a soul in there. I don't know.
It could have, and you have confirmed that it does not. Using your heightened senses, you look really closely at it, and it's clear that whatever this thing is, a lot of work went into it. It is a clear glass vial with a stopper on the top of it. It appears to be completely empty, but it has silvery-looking wires woven around it and braided. And when you look really closely, you see that there are what look like symbols or runes carved directly into the glass, giving it a kind of a smoky look because it's a bunch of really tiny symbols that seem to be deliberately...
Would I be able to make an occult roll to just kind of investigate that?
Yeah, you can give me an intelligence plus occult to get some insight.
Do I have a cult?
Intelligence.
No, I don't have any occult.
In Darby's way, I am trying to help.
But
Like, this is my plan. Like, I want Wizard Man to do this, so I don't. If there's a way I can aid him in this pursuit, I don't have any occult of my own to add. Am I unable to mechanically help him in any way?
Without having occult knowledge, Darby, you cannot make a roll, but you are free to speculate. How many successes did you get?
3.
Archibald doesn't really believe any of that supernatural mumbo jumbo.
So, Augustine, despite the fact that your studies have been very focused in the green path, being a Tremere and learning thaumaturgy in general, you at least have the magical equivalent of a general studies degree. You're familiar with a few different schools of magic, different cultural traditions. You've at least picked up on them. You're not an expert.
I graduated from Drac University LA campus.
Like general studies from Hogwarts.
You are looking at this object and it does not seem familiar as it doesn't strike you as like you've never heard of an object exactly like this. And also you're looking at the symbols, you're looking at the composition, and it doesn't strike you as being a thaumaturgical kind of thing. It's immediately clear to you that it is in fact a magical object that does something and has some sort of purpose, but it doesn't have any evidence that vampiric blood was used in its composition. You don't see any kind of symbols or any styles of symbols that seem reminiscent of your school of magic. And with the number of successes that you got, I'm going to say that you wager a guess that this might be closer to necromantic magic. Some elements of it, the materials used and kind of the style of the symbol, you can't be certain, but it kind of reminds you of some necromantic rituals that you've seen documented in books. Objects created that have something to do with necromancy.
I know it was petulantly abiding by my Tremere punishment and very slowly and belligerently teaching them the base-ass level of my Tremere spells.
Don't they just own your ass at this point? Like, pretty much?
No.
Well, not the ass, the eye and the hand.
I'm definitely bonded them, but I am super not happy with how that's going.
What are you trying to determine, though?
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm trying to remember what spell I was in the middle of writing. Herbal Wisdom. Okay, so I was teaching him the weakest ass, silly, talk to plants spell. What is the delay latency between me and just being able to kind of open up my dead eye over there and do things? Can I?
Oh, you
Is it
have
live?
You have a hand and an eye that you have full control of. You can look through it right now. You can move the hand around right now.
Cool.
You open up the eye and you see that your hand with the eye attached is still in a cage in the basement of the Tremere Chantry, and you have paper and pens in front of you, and
Any chance I can see anybody in the room?
You don't see any other Tremere in the room. You see the tall revenant sweeping.
My hand waves. Tries to flag it down, get its attention, rocks, tries to get momentum, rocks against the cage, swings it if it can. I don't know if the cage is dangling or if it's on a shelf, but
tapping on the cage.
Yeah, flicks the cage, breaks the cage, makes noise until the Revenant looks over and I can eyeball it.
Because you haven't directed your Rootor's hand to do anything until this point, and this is the first time it's kind of sprung up and started moving around, this successfully gets her attention. And she's still sweeping, but she looks over at the cage and is just kind of looking at you.
Okay. Points at the paper, grabs pen, starts writing, points again at the paper, looks back at them. Are they coming over?
She is walking up and curiously looking at you. What does the paper say? What did you write?
I can't wait to find out.
Literally, can you read this?
You hear her.
Are you writing down the runes? Is that what you're doing?
You hear her say.
Yet.
She responds in the affirmative.
Would like help. Please find Lady What's-Her-Fuck. Could use help.
Is that what you write down word for word?
And then starts scribbling runes pertaining to the necromantic magic.
Please tell me it's word for word.
It's verbatim. Scribbles the runes, and then also right below it actually finishes out my teachings for herbal wisdom as best as I can while waiting for her to show up.
The tall revenant says to you, you can hear through this hand as well. The tall revenant says, Augustine, are you trying to talk to me? Did you lose your cell phone? Do you want Elizabeth to do? I don't.
Oh my god! You can just call her.
Just call us, you dingus. And then she goes back to sweeping.
God damn it!
It was a very clever idea. I applaud you for thinking of it.
That was neat. Do you call her?
Brilliantly solving problems we don't have.
And not solving problems we do have with the powers that are.
No, I like that because typically in D&D and stuff, you are millennia in the past, so that would make sense if we didn't have cell phones.
I call Liz, if that is her real name.
Elizabeth Blackburn.
What's her fuck?
Is she in your phone as Lady What's Her Fuck?
Oh my god. Yes, please.
What is her ringtone?
Hey Siri, call Lady What's Her Fuck.
On the phone, I am actively scratching out Lady What's Her Fuck with the paper.
Love that.
Elizabeth answers the phone. This is Elizabeth, yes?
Comrade! In the establishment of our agreed upon alliance, I have news for you! There is something I don't know. And I require your aid. Would you happen to know of anyone familiar with potentially necromantic rituals?
Well, Gustin, none of us are necromancers, nor would we associate with someone like that.
Take a photo. Take a photo.
Why do you ask?
Take a photo.
I have found
it. He's posing with the legs.
Take 2 photos. Take photo of that and then photo of the rune.
I have found an object of
He's walking with them.
necromantic origin. And
I'm putting it on TikTok.
I am
doing the Charleston. That's a masquerade breach. I hope you're not really doing that.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing you, Augustine. Could you repeat that, please?
I have found an object of potentially necromantic origins, and I know not anything of its potential use or what evil created it. Being from a distant land, I know not who I can turn to for aid in discerning its origins and its intended outcome.
I'm gonna Google it while he's.
Might I send you photographic evidence of this thing that you might reach out or otherwise point me in the direction of deducing the nature of this diabolical object?
It's the thing that attacked Barry.
Oh, was that Darby?
Yeah. It's the thing. It's the thing that attacked Barry. We found it. It had a magical necklace. This one doesn't know what it does. It's got something to do with necromancy. Do you know what to do with it?
Darby, thank you.
Don't understand, Loki, it's the thing that attacked Barry.
He's just man repeating.
Augustine, could you
Everyone,
please put me on the phone with Darby?
I just don't understand.
Just give it to me.
Oh, okay. Here he is. Passes it with my good hand.
Jeez, Darby is so mad. Like, yes,
Darby,
hello,
thank you so
I will
much.
speak English to you.
Thank you so much for explaining it to me so plainly. So you have an object that you took from the creature that attacked Barry. I'm not sure
Yes,
that a
we
picture
almost
would help
killed
us.
it. We got away.
If you brought this to us, we could attempt to investigate it. But if it is in fact,
I'm going to need to maintain chain of custody, but I think we would like to understand what kind of evil magic is fueling it.
well, you are welcome to bring it by the chantry, and we could take a look at it.
Can I keep my other hand? Ask her if I can keep my other hand.
I'm sure you heard that, and I'm sorry for him.
He is extraordinarily loud. It's remarkable.
He must make y'all very proud. We're gonna head back your way. Be ready to analyze this thing. It's for the good of the city. And he hangs up.
What about my eye?
Augustine, you understand all of this sorcery stuff far more than I do. So we're saying it's necromantic. So there's someone out there who likes necks the same way you like, say, a tomato.
Boo.
I give him a thumbs down.
So
Clearly inverted.
So you intend to travel to the chantry. Do you take the stolen Abbott family truck with the 2 pigs in the back?
I am
No,
definitely
no,
driving my car.
no. That was a heat of the moment. We need to go. I
Just a goof.
ran over there and just needed to go. This is just a goof.
I would like to pick up these 2 members of the bourgeoisie.
I mean, do we need these pigs
Well,
for any purpose?
Archibald's common sense
They are
reminds
rather
him
large.
that while pig blood is far less appealing than human blood, there is a veritable buffet of it available to him while he is still on the farm.
that's kind of what
But
I was
not
thinking.
these
Like,
ones.
let's eat these pigs, guys. Let's cook us some bacon.
We need to make sure they were not infected if we were to do this.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm down to have a little snack if we can make sure they're clean.
If everyone
They're
wishes, they
filthy.
can.
They're pigs, Darby. They're filthy. They're not clean at all.
I mean the fungus, the
You think kosher or something? Like, come on.
and the malady.
I do propose a course of action.
Darby does not hesitate. Like I am investigating the pig for obvious signs of fungal infection, and then trying to top off my blood pool because
Are there not more
spent a lot of blood.
insights that
The
we
moment
could?
may require that we split the party, as they say, Scooby-Doo style.
always a good idea.
No.
We may need to send a truck with piglets and things and other living meat flesh back to Darby Manor, or D-Town, as it were.
Why?
The other 2 vehicles so we don't draw attention to the gentry. They're already furious at me.
Why
Yeah.
would we bring
Yeah.
people to the gentry? That would draw attention.
Well, the Chantry, those guys don't eat pork, so
I got
What?
two questions that I've answers for you. Yes, there are many pigs inside the building
Right,
that
you go
houses all
inside.
of them. Also, Darby, you investigate these 2 pigs as thoroughly as you can, and you find no signs of either fungal infection or meth addiction.
So
well,
whereabouts?
everyone,
Of course.
Whereabouts?
let's not
we
think
sent-
small here. We have 2 pigs, but there's a whole farm of them.
Why not? Why not? We sent one truckload of free pigs back to D-Town, along
Well,
with.
Augustine, it's going to take more than one trip to take.
I
this
need- I
entire
need to make a
farm's worth of
streetwise
pigs.
roll. I need to understand how easy it would be to get a pig high on meth quickly.
I mean, do you have it?
Yeah, it's been pretty well established that I have it. The question is, can I get this pig interested? And does that count?
3 things. 1, even if you put a pipe to a pig's lips, I don't know how you would make it inhale.
You put it in
2,
with food. I don't know.
2, second point, you could shotgun it some meth smoke. Third point, I believe if we're being strict and honest with ourselves, Darby's restriction is meth addicts. So it would need to already have fallen on hard times,
Like be conditioned over time.
I mean,
get in
could
like a
they,
shame
Not
spiral.
right away.
but
I've heard
could
not
they
even
actually
once though. You
function
can
as
get hooked
meth
after the
addict
first time.
We can isolate this pig at Darby Manor in its own pen and make it absolutely
You
miserable.
know what? It's fine. Nuts to you. You guys
I guess
feed on the
that brings
pigs.
up a
Darby's
point.
hungry. This sucks.
Okay.
Does the meth addict
so-
really have to fall on hard times? Can they be successful but also
Like
addicted
high
to meth?
functioning meth.
Could they
addict.
be stonks men and
so
Also, Augustine, this could be really good bear food. Probably, maybe.
we've established the
Do
bears are
bears eat
omnivores.
pigs?
They eat everything. Mostly.
Like pigs.
They could
So
especially
that's-
eat piglets.
Sure. And this is also a cub, though.
I
The
know
pig
they
was
eat
about
fish,
the
but
same size as the bear cub. Anyway, just assume this is all in Augustin voice. So we've established we need to get to the fucking chantry,
that is you're right.
but I don't want to go there in a stolen vehicle with stolen goods to supposedly nobody else should
Yeah,
know.
no, I
what
don't want to
order
take
it is.
this vehicle for real. I just was trying to use it to
So-
catch up to the action.
So we need to get there in one of our known vehicles, legal vehicles, as not to draw additional attention. And I'm not fucking going in there alone this time. One of you sons of bitches, maybe more, are going with me. 'Cause
I'm gonna look. Darby's not gonna part with the. You can tell that he's staying with all of this evidence and is not willing to entrust it to anyone, particularly not the Tremere. So he's gonna go in there with you.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I don't really care how we get there. We have to get there. I can't tell what this necklace dangly doohickey is, and I need to find out. And I only have one life left. I can't give up the other eye. I'm not some fucking blind wielding monk. I can't do that. Nub monk.
I have inexplicably found a cowboy hat somewhere, presumably from a dead man,
Okay, all right. We don't need to
am-
talk about him.
and I am sitting in the. I am now sitting in the passenger seat of the truck.
You not only
I-
find a cowboy hat, but for some reason inside it is a jeweler's loop. The little magnifying thing that jewelers sometimes, like hold in their eye when they're looking at jewels.
Oh,
Yes.
could look at the vial.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you'd actually know what it says, but you could take it closer.
I also have the truck idling, and it has started to play some good country tunes. I'm gonna say,
Augustin
Gene Autry.
immediately-
and I am eyeing Excavo, like expectantly waiting for her to drive this big truck.
We shouldn't take a stolen truck. That would bring too much suspicion. I was only going to take it to try and find them.
Augustine,
we should not take this truck.
What does Augustine do?
Immediately upon seeing you fiddling with the jeweler's loop, comrade, in the interest of maybe alienating less of our other social friends, might I use the jeweler's loop as a false eye?
Again, I'm glad you picked up comrade, and I've been over this. I don't really believe in possessions. What's mine is yours.
Is there anything in the truck that would have explained the presence of the jeweler's loop? Like,
perhaps we can.
Would we have any context for why it's
diamonds, for instance?
Sure.
Is it in the truck? I don't know where he's going. Like, what is he looking at?
Regardless, without even looking for a way to adhere to my face, I literally just kind of socket it into my empty socket. And now I just have like a jeweled rim protruding from my dead
hole. That works at all.
Good. That was the entire point of introducing that.
Okay.
I am markedly less bewildering to behold.
I'm just imagining like a Mad Eye Moody situation where it's just like all squirrely and going the wrong way.
I've changed my mind. It's not Gene Autry. I'm listening to Woody Guthrie because he's a communist.
Much better.
Does either Excavo or Darby start driving to the Chantry?
Yeah, Darby is going to head there. That is his full intention, to take this evidence for investigation of the most magical shit that he knows how to figure out.
Barry jumps into his own truck and asks Darby, "Hey, should I follow you?"
No, you should lay low for a bit. I think there's going to be a lull before the storm. That thing's going to have to recover.
10-4, you got my number. And he drives off. Augustine and his bear cub and Darby start driving to the Chantry. Do Archibald and Excavo abandon their truck and jump in the...
Excavo went with them.
We would have gotten into the car, yes.
Since I have no driver, I begrudgingly go with them.
And what of the mama
You don't want to walk home again? You want to meet your friend?
The pigs have been left behind, I guess. Nobody wants these free pigs.
Okay,
it would be suspicious to take them.
They start wandering, just kind of...
our adventure has not been suspicious so far.
They wander idly away.
Right now, we're on a isolated farm.
The two pigs wander idly kind of off into the field. And
Darby looks at them wistfully.
Farewell, we could have bit them, but we just left them here.
Not enough meth.
You all drive a good distance across the town to the Tremere Chantry. And when you arrive... Elizabeth Blackburn opens the door. Augustine and Darby intended to enter. Are Archibald and Excavo hanging back?
No, I want to go in. I want to know. I am also curious.
I look back pleadingly.
This is not something that I've encountered, and like I said, I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories from being on the internet for a living. So I'm curious about this one as well.
Augustine, what does Augustine do?
Well, I'm a bit distracted by one of my many pamphlets at first, but then I realized that I have been left alone in the vehicle and head in.
Okay. All PCs and the bear cub enter the Chantry, and Elizabeth approaches Darby and asks, "Where's the item?"
He doesn't even look at Augustine, just like waves it over as if he would present it to her.
But I am the one holding it.
Elizabeth takes it and holds it up and studies it and seems to be reacting to it. It seems really strange to her. She says, "Well, do you have time for me to take this to my workshop and study it, perform some tests? Inside of an hour, I might possibly have some answers for you. You can all wait here, if you don't mind."
Can Can we come watch?
I'm
No!
afraid not. No.
Well, listen. Can we send?
I hate to feel like we're imposing. It seems like we are here like every single day. I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
I feel like I would be trying to explain to her that it's really similar to the 2012 Mayan calendar and that conspiracy, and thinking that I know more about it than she would.
Oh God!
Right here around the rim of the amulet, it says.
You're just like going over there and telling her like some magic shit.
Yes, I've
Oh,
seen
I
this
love
on the
that.
internet. I saw that on the internet, and I am connecting the dots.
There's your number 23 right there and a Q, so that's how you know that it's real.
A cute
And we found it in
none
this.
of
We
ghosts.
found it in this envelope,
D'accord.
and the return address seems to be one George Soros.
Uncomfortable with them.
On the Twakuanan way.
Augustine,
Like-
could you repeat that, please?
Augustine is visibly uncomfortable with them ding and donging it up in front of Elizabeth, like entirely self-unaware of the fact that his mode of speech is alienating to people, thinking that he's still like a part of an elite and secretive group, like not unlike the Freemasons. He's just weirded out about all these
Secretive, like the way you would say secretariat.
just generally
You
weirded
say
out by all these
secretive just now.
quote-unquote normies approaching Elizabeth. And
I think it's just Excavo. It's just Excavo fronting magic knowledge with conspiracy bullshit that she saw on the internet.
Elizabeth
Darby, you
is.
stink of engine
Points
grease.
in occult, but I do believe I know a thing or two.
Elizabeth is still waiting for an answer to her question. If she may go spend some time studying this while everyone else
Comrade.
waits.
It's your
Allow me,
house, dude.
please just do the analysis as necessary. If you so choose, please reach out to me. You may poke my extracted eye if I am not responding in a timely enough fashion.
Psst, Darby, do you think that Augustine like totally has a crush on Elizabeth?
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, man. Did you?
Yeah, dismembering people is how you let them know you have a crush on them.
Elizabeth takes
Cut me up, fam.
Elizabeth takes the object and walks away back further into the building and out of sight. And you are left in the entrance room or the adjacent parlor.
She's just going to find out it's the candidate for the end of the world. That's all.
You keep an eye on her, and he's talking to Augustine.
Does Augustine go and
Does
follow
she go
Elizabeth?
to that same room though?
He's the only one that could go. Like Darby is serious. He's like, you go keep an eye on her. I don't know that you have literally an eye on her right now, but
Is she going to the room where his
I think so.
body parts are kept hostage? Is that
the
where
weird
she would
Tremere
go?
workshop. It's I guess it's not the exact same place.
Augustine still has no interest in following her alone. So,
Okay.
comrades, she has digital components and means of contacting us. We can make like trees and get the fuck out of here and go about our other business. Like, trying to get out of the chantry.
So Augustine
We're
does
putting a
not.
lot of trust here.
Augustine does not follow, but Elizabeth does descend into the basement, and through his router's hand, Augustine can actually see, doesn't have a good view of it, but sees her taking the object down to a workbench, and she's beginning to perform some magical analysis on it. So Augustine is actually able to monitor her.
Okay. As soon as if he expresses that to Darby that he can keep an eye on what she's doing, then Darby's like, "All right, well, sure. I'm hungry. I'm down to get out of here. I got a certain part of town. I got to see a man about a dog. You know what I'm saying?"
So does everyone settle down and sit down and relax and begin waiting for her to finish?
I thought Augustine was suggesting that we all just leave and let her call us when she's done.
That is exactly what Augustine was suggesting.
I feel like I would be carrying some of my small itty bitty cameras.
Oh no!
You don't have any of those. Not yet.
I don't?
They
They haven't arrived yet? Are you serious?
Yeah, you ordered them like yesterday. They will arrive.
Amazon, come
What
on.
happened to next day delivery?
No, I thought they were here.
Next
I
time,
would,
Excavo.
if I
Next
had them,
time.
I would always carry some on my person, but I do not have them.
But
so.
yes, I am absolutely
Never mind.
suggesting we go about.
It's really
what
only
we
been
were
a day?
Otherwise up to. Yes, the battle was only 15 seconds.
But I ordered those like episodes ago.
Yeah, in game,
an
I think it was
extraordinarily-
just a
Been
day
like
or
a
two.
day.
We rolled a d10 to determine how many days it would take for those to arrive, and it is currently in the game April 26th, and they will arrive on April
So
29th.
it's before DeJoy fucked up the mail, though. So that should,
True.
pandemic has happened, but postal service still works. 2020.
Archibald, you receive a text message.
Someone is my friend. I read it.
It is from the Toreador Jeffrey Lamprey, and it reads, "Prince, I'm at the prospector camp, and I'm pretty sure I just heard something big fly down out of the sky. I tried to run after it, and I think it went into the cave."
There is a cave?
We'll be there, King.
King Comrade.
Okay, you get no further reply from him.
Did we know that
He's
there was a
dead.
cave?
Well,
Yeah, the new Cammack cave.
So you only
What?
Archibald has seen this text. We have no idea that's what he saw.
Correct.
Okay, guys, let's go.
What do you mean, let's go? What happened?
Darby immediately was like, all right,
We're going. Well, Excavo, we're going to the cave.
What cave?
The cave by the prospector camp.
What? There is a
Yeah.
cave here? What?
This
Yeah,
kind
and
of thing?
The monster is there
No cell reception. Why would we go there?
because he can't fly 50 feet up in the air where I can't hit him with my hammer when he's in a cave. Excavo, I've had enough with the attitude. The
Are
the DJ said so.
Are there legs in this vehicle? Where are the legs? Are they in the trunk?
It's a fair
Yeah,
question.
we all
Did they
have
fit?
legs.
No,
Did they
I
fit?
thought
Missing an arm, but we've
Are they
got
on the hood?
legs.
No, they were probably in the trunk. I go and
Mullet.
get
Fence.
I go and get all that stuff and just dump it on the front porch on our way out. I'm just like, Tremere stuff, you'll figure it out. And then
Just a pair of legs.
They put a pair of legs on the front porch?
As everyone else is making their way towards the truck, I trail behind it in a mild, submissive panic, like shuffle the legs off of the porch and into the bushes, behind the bushes where no one might find them. Like
The
if
legs
someone did
kicking
find
and
them,
screaming.
they might be accidentally have dropped there, but like I don't want them to obviously be deliberately left by my party.
Whoops, lost my legs.
And
Whoops, all limbs.
I do think that I text Barry and tell him this as well because he's my Bruja bro. And but I mean, this thing was tough the last time we were fighting it, and I think we need a little backup. So I call out and I say, "Hey, Batman!"
You hear fumbling and
No.
scrambling
No.
somewhere upstairs.
No. Pourquoi? No.
Oh, Batman! It's time to
What's it?
catch Swamp Thing.
You hear the sound of a short person literally falling down a half flight of stairs. And then the short revenant shuffles into the room and goes, "Yes?"
Hey guys, we got a tip that the monster, the Swamp Thing, is in the Prospector's Cave. We don't have room for you two in our car, but if you meet us there, you can do some real hero stuff.
The swamp thing?
Yes,
For-
a DC villain.
Forsooth, it may have fought the Batman at some point.
Oh, he did, in the Frank Miller run.
What can we do to assist? Also, did you receive our bat signal that we made for
sure
you?
did. I love it.
I'm not gonna lie, you can't hear her, but Kimber was cackling from the kitchen. Just...
Wheretofore might we provide some splendid assistance to equinely resolve this matter for you?
Equinly?
I'm
Yes.
rubbing off on them.
Horse?
As in having to do a horse-sized
like
amount of
what?
assistance.
So,
Uh,
you could add a
what?
horse-sized amount of assistance at the prospector camp in the
can I
cave.
get them the
No,
horses
the
away from me?
cave?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Yes, the cave. The bat cave.
Why are we doing this?
We did not know that it was a bat cave. I'm afraid that we cannot leave the chantry unless ordered by our masters. You may speak to them.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Sorry we suggested. Goodbye.
Oh, Leslie, can I borrow your revenants?
With a deep and resigned sigh, I
No, they
stopped.
can't leave. It's fine. We know.
I stop my approach to the mullet holding my bear cub and turn on a heel, and I walk back into the chantry. I don't knock, I just walk in. I approach the study. I knock on the door and start gesturing with my detached hand and point at the door. I also point back at the paper if she does show any sort of attention to, like...
Slap the ground.
You're trying to get the attention of Elizabeth?
Yes. Sorry, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
They are Elizabeth. Those are her revenants, right?
The revenants belong to the whole chantry, as far as you know.
Okay, so
Who is their master?
If Elizabeth is within view of my detached hand, if she is within view, I start making noise and gesturing at the paper again.
She is so engrossed in her work that she does not appear to notice. Leslie hears Archibald's calls and enters the room. Why, hello, Prince Archibald. What can I do for you?
Hello, Leslie. Do you like killing big monsters? How about letting your revenants do it? May I interest you in a proposition?
Well, I am afraid that
No.
we are not the types to keep particularly combat-worthy revenants. I'm not sure that ours would be of very much use, and also, I'm afraid they're quite valuable
And that
to
is
us.
good on you. Sorry to trouble. Good day.
So you don't want to fight a big monster with us, Leslie?
I am afraid that tonight I cannot leave the chantry, but perhaps Barry or Jeffrey could possibly assist you?
Leslie, I do apologize for my compatriot. Elizabeth Blackburn, in her study, is observing an object of necromantic origins, and we have obtained something of a potential lead on the source of that necromantic item, and we look to go and combat it once more. However, with the current amalgam of entities we currently have, we have already faced this entity. While wounded, it may be easier, but we might still not yet have the strength and combat capabilities that we need to finish it off and bring it in as a prospect specimen. Might we make use of your revenants as support items in this? Should we need them, we will bring them back upon the completion of this expedition.
Augustine, I 300% guarantee that Leslie understood what we were asking, but before you had to do all that.
Big monster is not contact.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've got this. It'll be fine.
Leslie looks very confused.
Big monster does.
Oh yes, I forgot. We don't need the revenants. Excavo's very strong.
Excellent.
I'll get tire rolls. It'll be
She'll
fine.
hack the monster. Let's go.
Okay, does everyone get into...
I just thought that your revenants might want to live out their dream of being Batman. Sorry, I care about the little guy.
Only you care
Be here.
about them achieving that dream.
I give an
I
apologetic look.
Love these
and
guys.
as we
They
leave,
gave
I
us a
guess.
bat signal.
Prince Archibald, please keep us apprised of this situation, but for the moment, I'm
Oh
afraid
yes,
you...
we'll keep Augustin very safe for Elizabeth there.
we
If
appreciate
Elizabeth
that.
learns anything, have her call us right away. We're confronting the same threat again.
Yeah, it might be important.
Those of us in this house are happy to lend assistance, but I'm afraid you will find no soldiers here. I encourage you to contact Barry and Jeffrey. We might possibly be able to lend you an apprentice Tremere of ours named Frederick, but he's very likely indisposed tonight. And if you were in a hurry, it might take too long to rouse him.
If you see anybody, just tell them the big rumbles at the cave.
Or don't. It's fine.
Indeed, I will do that, sir.
Okay. And Leslie, if I die, you are the new prince. Okay, and I walk out the door.
Oh, hey! Whoa! No! I am second in command. That is me.
All right, does everyone pile
Oh
into...
yes, that's right. I say, oh yes, that's right, Excavo, and then I wink at Leslie and point. And
No
like,
wink.
it's you.
No wink.
Everyone goes into the El Camino and starts driving in the direction of the prospector camp, which I believe...
Darby hesitates before he accelerates and drives away, and he texts Jade, and he tells her what's going on,
In one text.
and that's it. Just like, I thought you'd want to know. We found the thing that attacked Barry. We think it's at the cave. We're going there now. That's it.
I
The
would hope
prospector's
that
eye
we
fell out
can
in
be specific
surprise.
enough. Let's hope that there's not a second cave that I'm having to find out about.
So the prospector camp was first described to you by Jeffrey Lamprey, who said that was the place that he sneaked off to feed from the prospectors in that camp because he wasn't comfortable doing that in the inner city. And he described it as being in the forest a bit to the east of Darby Manor. You drive up in the direction of Darby Manor and start driving east through the forest, and after a while you find the prospector camp. You see a large camp alongside a river with a couple dozen small tents scattered around a wide campground and several campfires reduced to piles of glowing embers. In the middle of the campground is a small campfire still burning brightly, next to which a grizzled older man is stirring a pot of food. He appears to be the only person in the camp still awake. Scattered around the camp you see hard hats with attached headlamps, pickaxes, and sifters for panning for gold in rivers, just kind of like lying around and propped up on stuff. The man at the campfire sees you pull up in your car and waves to you in a friendly manner and beckons you over to him to join him.
I walk up to him and say, good to see you again, Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm afraid it's not Jeffrey. It's Jasper Boggs. And who might you be, son?
The name's Archibald Alvins. Say, have you seen any activity around the cave this evening?
Activity? Why? No, I'm pretty much the only one that stays up this late. I got a bit too
You
much.
didn't see like a DJ? Looks exactly like you.
Oh, you'll be talking about old Jeffrey. Yeah, he comes by here. He's not one of us miners, but he's a friend of ours. He's a strange fellow, but a friendly one.
Of course, he's not a minor. He's clearly a legal adult.
Huh! I like it. You might notice that out here tonight,
Well,
I
know
also
what,
am.
these are my people.
I am accompanied, unaccompanied, you might say. I usually get the joke right.
Darby doesn't get it at all.
Common workers. Say, so we got a tip from Jeffrey there that there's been a disturbance in the mine. Can we check it out?
A disturbance in the mine. What did he say happened?
Oh, like a big monster?
Oh,
We're monster hunters.
I believe you probably misinterpreted the boy. Okay, in our mind, there's a branch of it where we don't go into that branch because we believe that's where bear lives. We hear it pawing around and growling, so we just don't go into there. If you guys came here, if you ever want to come back here, look for some gold, go panning or anything, you're welcome to go into the cave, but make sure you go into the left side. That's the part we mined out. Don't go into the right side. That's where the bear lives.
My good man.
We are bear fans. Yeah.
Yes, go Bears. What's it?
Which bear?
What do you mean which bear? I don't
Is it
really
just-
know which bear.
Is it just the one?
Honestly, I've never seen a bear, and I don't.
But you
I mean,
believe that you live there.
People-
seen a bear.
people say they hear the bear scratched around in there growling. You know, all you gotta tell me is you heard some growling going down that way in a cave, and I'm not gonna go down that way in a cave. We even put up a sign and everything saying don't go down that way in the cave. Hey, I'm stirring up a pot of beans here. You guys want some? You guys seem awfully gaunt and pale and perhaps famished.
I'm
You know-
not a bean person.
We're good. What really sates
You
our
know, it's
appetite
it's
is,
dull. It's not. You know, we used to do the old like kidney beans, navy beans. It's an Indian
Yeah.
dish made of split peas and turmeric. It's got your magnesium. It's got your folate. It's
Oh, we love all of that, but really, what really sates our palate is a good session of night spelunking. So
well,
we're
you
gonna
know, to keep
on
your
into the
energy
caves.
up, you really got to get a bowl of lentils. Stick to your ribs. Get all your folate and your B vitamins. It'll keep you hearty and hale for a long day of river panning too. I pretty
Yeah,
near
B
always
vitamins,
garnish with
I
cilantro.
actually-
Even the
we
dung
just-
weevils ain't plumb
I
ate up
know.
my garden.
We actually just had like a huge plate of sag paneer, so we are actually set.
Wait. Do we have any equipment to go into this cave? Do we have flashlights? Do we have
You have phones.
We can see in the
do we
dark. We're
have
vampires.
what are we going in here with?
Gun.
I have my
holster?
hammer and we have our same weapons. That we
I
just
have a
had.
gun, and that's it.
The American way. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, well, we're going night sport.
We don't have
I
any
have
lights.
my big old hammer, and this time this boy's not going to be in the spot.
Hey,
Hammer's
hey,
not-
And
fellas.
I'm going to beat him right up.
Fellas, I got a point. I'm not seeing you got any like safety equipment or nothing. I don't see any flashlights on you. So
I'm
if you're
Hey,
gonna,
listen here, boss. I don't tell you how to do your job.
No,
Okay.
no, he's right. We have to come correct.
No. Excuse me.
Yeah,
We're
Jasper.
going in the cave.
I love your sense of humor. I love that you appreciate a good pun. But right now, you're starting to sound like a real buzzkill, man.
I was gonna offer you some flashlights.
Do you
Oh,
have-
I'm just kidding.
What?
That sarcasm is another humor thing I do.
We got
We'll
headlamps
gladly take them.
just lying around here. I was just gonna
I would
say
love-
we
I would love a headlamp.
there are lights that we got in the mines, up and down in the mines, but we asked like please don't turn them on. The powered generator's awful loud, and it's past 3 a.m. Just grab some headlamps and put them on.
Stop asking the real questions. Yes, I would like a headlamp.
Just please don't run off with them. Like leave them here once you're done.
Can bears see headlamps? Just asking for friends. Like I feel like maybe we could go kind of in the dark since we're trying to kill a
Yeah,
bear.
We don't go to the right. We go to the left without the bear, right?
I think we're here to take care of the bear
No,
situation.
No. We avoid the bear. We're night spelunking. Wink, wink.
Well, I hope you find some real pretty cave formations and you put them up on your Instagrams.
I can't wait.
I'm more of
By
a
the
bear
way-
punching type of guy. What are we doing here? I'm confused.
We told you on the way over, Grandpa. We are admiring stalactites and stalagmites, and I
They
had
are
to keep reminding you
stalactites.
which one is which. There's stalactite.
Grandpa seems uncalled for, but yeah, all right.
No, I am actually a grandfather.
I lean into Darby real close. I'm just like, play along. You'll blow our cover.
Correct.
Meta conversation, I'm not going to lie. This is a jive-ass turkey.
Okay.
Cool.
Could you rephrase that?
Do you mean the
Would you please? And never phrase it like that ever again.
Jive-ass turkey. Cool fucking old dude. Is what that means.
Jive is
Old people?
not a
Very
good thing,
cool.
Andy. Jive
Hold
is
on.
bad.
Hold on.
And also essentially a word you should
Jive.
never say for any reason.
Regular
That's an
meaning.
insult, Andy.
Jive, talk, Harlem Jive, Simple Jive, Jazz, Jazz.
The old man
Jazz.
says, "Well,
Jazz.
if you're fitting to go into the cave, well, it's right down there, down that path there. And if you need anything, I'm the foreman here, Mr. Jasper Boggs, and Fred, I'm the only person to
If
talk
you
to.
ask
Everybody
me,
else is asleep."
If you ask me, Jasper, if you ask me, you're more than a foreman. You're a one man because you're number one.
or
Aw,
he's 4 men.
You're like
that's
you're like 4 men
A
in
foreman.
one, which is like my dream.
that's awful sweet. No one said anything that
Let's say,
kind to me
Jasper-
since the last time I talked to my brother Jack.
Jasper, I was just going to ask you something. That Jack, does he have a first name? Like a first name?
Well, I'm afraid
Hard
Jack
pass.
Jack is his first name. It's Jack Boggs.
Does
He's
he have like a nickname? Anything?
a nickname. I do believe some people call him Onion Jack Boggs.
You're Onion Jasper.
Damn it.
Jasper, this is crazy. Jasper, Onion Jack.
Yeah,
is
he's my
best
older
friend
brother.
in the entire world.
Oh,
I love him more than anyone in this universe.
well, that's
more than my friends
wonderful
here.
to
for
hear.
sure.
So he's
Every
told you
time.
about how he fell on hard times. It's real unfortunate.
It is sad. You know what? We are all.
Is
we're
there a
all gonna
photo
have
of
to get
this
together
man?
soon.
Yeah, well, it's awfully nice to hear from another friend of my older brother Jack. So next time you see him, tell him that I said hey.
Oh, I sure will. Well, we're gonna go have fun in the cave now, and you enjoy your doll.
Just remember, go left, don't go right.
Definitely
Left.
won't punch
Got it.
any bears.
Left. That's right. And we're off.
Okay, you walk
So
along.
what? Immediately go right.
You walk along a trail.
I was to see. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You walk along a trail through the woods, past a small dam alongside the river, and down a dry riverbed where you see a cave entrance in a rock wall, as well as the obvious signs of the river used to branch off and flow underground into the cave before the dam was built. Not far from the cave's entrance is a small valley where several tons of gravel, stones, and small boulders have been deposited. What are you guys doing about illumination?
I bought the headlamp, so I'm covered.
Okay. That's enough.
I bought whatever he had to sell. I want to buy that.
Oh, nothing was being.
I think it was selling. I think it just gave it to us because he's
Yeah.
Did he give
not
it?
a jive-ass turkey. He's just a nice old
Yeah,
man.
don't say that. That's not good.
These were just lying around the camp for communal
Steve,
use. You walk into the cave and see a hand-painted sign. On the sign is an arrow pointing left with the word mine and a happy face. There's a path on the left that has been dug out by the prospectors to be comfortable to walk through and lined with bare light bulbs, which are all currently turned off. Also on the sign is an arrow pointing right with the word bear and a frowny face, and a path that leads to a rough-looking but nonetheless navigable natural cave. Steve, I do not hear you. You're muted.
Darby does not stop. Immediately goes to the right. Does not pass go. Well, all right. Bear time.
All right.
That's what I thought.
Darby, I think, has
You
gotten
know,
confused
Darby,
at what the original goal was, and now thinks that we are hunting and trying to punch a bear.
Darby, I really don't think it is I think it's the monster we were just fighting. Except this time, you let me
It does not have the vial.
I was told there's going to be a bear.
Well, you know how humans are. They think they can't tell the difference between a bear and a mushroom monster. Am I right?
You walk through hundreds of feet.
Yeah.
You walk through hundreds of feet of cave along a wide, winding path carved out by the river that used to flow through it. The only sound you hear, other than your own, is the wind gently whistling through the hollows in the rocks. As you move further back into the cave, an organic shape suddenly breaks up the monotony of all the rock surfaces. On the path in front of you lies a dead rabbit. As you get closer, you see what looks like 2 fang marks on its throat, and a small amount of blood staining the fur around it. Stepping over it, you continue, and after a few minutes you find a bobcat in a similar state. Not long after that, a large deer. Excavo, please give me a perception plus awareness roll, difficulty 4. I see a bunch of successes.
4.
Excavo, you step on something, and you hear it crack and crunch under your foot.
I look down. My headlamp is aiming to the ground. What do I see?
You see a bright reflection come back up into your eyes, and you sort of change your angle, and you see that it's a shard of a mirror.
Oh. Oh, hey, look at this.
Suddenly,
I bend down.
as you bend down, you fall far more than you expect because the cave floor under your feet starts to crack.
Oh!
Like you're standing on thin ice. A spider web of cracks expand out from where you're standing and glint in your light. You realize that the entire cave floor is a mirror that's about to shatter.
Hey, everybody stop!
You look around and
Look
you
down.
can't find the others. You don't see them around you. With a tremendous crash, you fall through the floor and land in a tunnel below it that looks identical to the one you were just standing in. Shards of mirror rain down on you, with a large piece as tall as you are falling and sticking into the ground a mere foot in front of your face, abruptly confronting you with your own reflection.
Hello?
You look into this mirror and you don't see a familiar face in it. It's you, but with a pointy nose, beady eyes, furry ears, and whiskers. Excavo, you are a mouse. As you're looking at your curious new reflection, you notice in the reflection that the cave entrance is unexpectedly just 20 feet behind you again, even though you thought that you had walked very far into the cave for several minutes. You turn around in the direction of the entrance and see it darkened by a large shape. A huge house cat with its head lowered to the cave entrance has its eyes fixed on you. It's so big that its head almost fills the entire entrance.
I crawl away. I try to find a place to hide.
It suddenly thrusts its arm deep into the cave with claws extending from its massive paw,
I'm running.
desperately trying to grab you. Its claws click and scrape across the stone, and it snaps at you with a set of vicious-looking fangs. It's reaching deeper and deeper into the cave as you run, its talons following right behind you. You continue running?
I am running at rat break speed. I'm going.
Further down the tunnel, you think you see a small hole that you can hide in, but it's still far away. Please give me a perception plus investigation roll, difficulty of 7.
Ooh.
Or difficulty 7.
Yes.
Oh!
I see successes.
Easy.
You happen to see that
Okay.
that this small hole that you can go into for sanctuary happens to be in the exact same shape as the entrance to the cave. Curiously, it's just the exact same shape. The cat is gaining on you. Its claws begin to just barely snag on your clothes, and you can feel its hot breath descending through the cave from its hungry jaws. Give me another perception plus investigation roll, difficulty 7.
1.
I see
Oh,
no
wait,
success.
no,
I see a
no.
one
That's a
canceling out that 9.
No.
So
No.
no successes.
No, you're right. Nothing 6.
You
Not a botch.
You slam to the ground, pinned under the weight of a huge paw, and feel a set of long claws drive through your back and out of your chest.
Oh, snap.
All other PCs, Augustin and Darby and Archibald, you see Excavo suddenly, unexpectedly, fall down on her hands and knees in front of you.
Darby just like looking around for some type of threat.
Darby sees no threat. Does
I clutch my bear protectively.
Does anyone speak to or try to console Excavo?
I think Augustin toe nudges her. Excavo! Get up, lady. Are you okay, friend?
Excavo, suddenly you are person shaped once again, and your companions are around you.
Oh, thank God I saved her.
Oh my God. My ears are down here again.
Excavo, please give me an intelligence plus occult roll, standard difficulty.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I see 3 successes. This was an omen, an oracular vision, and you interpret it to mean something that was terrified for its life, hid in this cave from a deadly threat that was pursuing it.
I communicate this to the group. I don't tell them exactly what I saw specifically, but I do tell them that.
Darby like reassesses the situation, like turns around and kind of looks at the cave differently. Not like we're going into something's lair, but maybe this was a defense against something else. Takes this as an opportunity to kind of reassess what we're looking at in the cave.
Darby's tactical assessment of the cave is that for the most part, you're following just a single straight tunnel, which makes him a little nervous because if you get boxed in by multiple people, that's a problem. If someone else enters the cave, you don't know if there's any other exit. It might be a dead end. But Darby also assesses that the tunnel is wide enough that there's room to maneuver. You're not really going to get trapped, and you'd have a lot of options. Also, there aren't any mortals around to witness anything that you're doing, so the masquerade isn't any encumbrance in any fight that might happen.
Augustin looks up to observe if there's any visible entry above us, aside from the entry that we have on the ground behind us.
No, just a tunnel that goes along the ground, sometimes slopes up, slopes down, but above you is what I would describe as a rock ceiling.
I'm not gonna lie, I get the feeling that the thing fleeing is the thing we attacked, and it came here for defense, and he was saying it flopped in from flying.
Like whatever we're trying to find, it came here to run away from something else.
Or, well, from us. It ripped its legs off to flee.
Well, we are predators.
Well, do you continue further into the cave?
Oh yeah.
I poke Excavo until I'm certain that she's still sane. With my nub, because I'm holding the bear cup. So
Ugh, stop.
You poke her, and she's still a Malkavian, but She comes
Oh,
to.
hey,
Okay.
hey.
I
And you-
venture forth, following Darby.
Ahead of you, the path narrows, but you can see that past what resembles essentially a doorway-shaped thing, the path widens into a large, hollowed-out area that could be described as a roughly circular room. Through the doorway-sized opening, which I assume everyone approaches cautiously. This is illuminated by the headlamp that Excavo is wearing. Through the doorway-sized opening, you can see the bodies of several more deer piled in a heap. Looking past them, you see the glint of something shiny reflecting your light. At the far end of the room, you peer in and you see an unlit glass oil lamp propped up next to an old-looking leather messenger bag. As you approach the opening of this room, you hear a low growl that reverberates through the cave. And from around the corner of this doorway, the brown, hairy shoulder of a large creature on all fours looms into view about 5 feet off of the ground.
5 feet off the ground?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if we're going for initiative, but like I'm going for it.
So it's on. Is it on like his hands? So it's 5 feet off the ground, like crutch.
Yeah, that's what you initially see. With a bang,
Do we have headlamps on? Can we see?
Excavo has a headlamp on, so everything is illuminated.
Yes.
Assuming
I have
she's
the headlamp.
looking in this direction.
Yep.
Real quick, before we make any move, I guess, is there any formal roll that I could make that would tell Augustin whether or not he recognizes? You said fuzzy and brown.
Like
Can Augustin distinguish the similarities or dissimilarities between this and the thing we just fought?
like
Is there any
a
perception roll I can make that would tell me, like, this does not look familiar?
That immediately becomes clear to both Augustin and everyone else. With a bang that cascades across the cave walls, this creature slams a huge webbed hand down on the cave floor and slowly turns to face you. Its head comes into view, and it opens its huge mouth to bellow an ear-piercing screech. You have intruded upon the lair of a 9-foot-tall, 900-pound, humanoid bat.
Comrade, we mean you no harm!
Oh no!
End of
We are
session.
only here to investigate!
Yes.
And scene.
a humanoid.
It's Man Bat from Batman. I wish we'd brought the Revenants. They'd be pumped.
You can tell them about it later.
To tell them all about
Are they all just going to end up being Batman?
But Excavo was
Oh my
very
God,
strong.
yeah.
We didn't need the
Swamp
rep.
Thing and Man Bat.
Very strong. It'll be
I am
fine.
the best. I'm the best.
It turns out that Onion Jack is just Onion Joker at the end.
I'm just for sure gonna punch this guy.
It's like all this shit.
You're
Oh my god.
you're bare enough, partner. Okay. End of session. That seemed like a good stopping point. Everyone has earned 3 experience points. Let's get right into spending them real quick. Archibald, is there anything you would like to spend your 7 experience points on?
I'm good. I'm gonna save them for now.
Roger that. Augustin, you have 18 experience points.
I'm also good, but I would like to take this moment to correct the record. Jive-ass turkey is indeed American African vernacular
It's
Oh, that was not
derogatory.
in question.
to mean someone
American,
who
the term American Afro.
Usually
is that what you're
for-
saying?
is unreliable or makes exaggerations. So I was
Right.
misusing it.
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
But
Yeah.
it's not like a bad thing.
Yes, it is.
Someone who is unreliable and
Someone who's
dishonest.
a liar? Yeah, that's bad. It was
That's
usually
not a
just-
good. If you call
Augustine,
someone
this
bad.
is tearing this
That's
coterie
bad.
apart.
That's
It's
bad.
definitely getting edited out of the final version of the recording. That's for sure.
Hell no, to the no, 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 yeah, to the no.
Obviously.
What else could we
but-
substitute for that term?
It literally says on there derogatory and
Yes. Yeah.
I'm so glad we've resolved this.
Oh my god.
Graham, I hope that when you're editing this session, you just like take a screenshot of the internet, like definition.
Yeah, of like Urban Dictionary's like
being like,
definition and like slap it on
derogatory,
Andy's
zoom in.
face.
I think we just take the whole thing out.
No,
That's probably better.
Let's just redo
Oh, yeah.
session 20.
Or just like cover
would
that
probably-
word with something else.
Okay, that was a good warm up. Let's try it again.
All right, let's run it back. Starting places.
All right,
Rewind to
I'm
the
Back to
Same.
1. Darby, you have 9 experience points to spend.
Interesting. I feel like I was saving up for like level 4 of one of my key skills, which I think is going to be 12. So I think I gotta wait. It's 3 times current level. What's an ability dot?
2 times current level for abilities.
Oh, so the 4th dot of an ability is
6 points.
6 points. Interesting. Shit.
Among your 3-dot skills that you could bump up to 4 are alertness, athletics, and awareness.
I'm just trying to think of what's been earned from a role playing perspective. Like
Athletics,
been really-
definitely.
yeah,
Throw-
I
throwing
think
your
that's maybe a
chakram.
good one. And holding on to that thing, that was like a feat of athletics. Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend 6 to get athletics up to 4, and then I think I know this is not like very useful, but I also think it's earned. I'm gonna get a dot of occult, just because I feel like my healthy skepticism of magic shit has led to like correct investigation choices, even if I don't really care about the details.
Because everything in the knowledges category kind of requires at least a little bit of active study.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Excavo is also looking into getting a dot of the occult, and I think that would require something other than just like absorbing it through osmosis.
Could my
That
interest
makes sense.
in conspiracy theories prompt me to study occult and get a dot?
You can use any motivation you want to put work into occult studies. Yes.
Can I ask then, what is the functional role for expression?
Speaking and also body language, it's
It's like communication.
It's not quite the same as performance. Performance is kind of the same
It's
thing.
like a
as-
specific charisma kind of performance, like communicating yourself and speaking, conveying your ideas effectively.
yeah.
Is the difference like charisma and persuasion? Is that kind of the difference there between the two? Like expression is just you're conveying your ideas, but performance is like you're convincing someone of something and like
I like expression. I think that one's actually like pretty good for Darby, who has been kind of socially manipulating people through and served as a translator for Augustine today.
Yeah. Expression is described as your ability to get your point across clearly and your ability to phrase your opinions or beliefs in a manner that cannot be ignored, even if you are
all right, I
wrong or it's stupid. Communicating emotion, conveying moods, also writing, creative
I
expression.
am not really sure when that will be useful for Darby, but I think that's what I'm going to spend it on.
If you were trying
like
to convince someone of something, if you're trying to persuade them, if you're doing it through threats, it would be intimidation. If you're doing it through not threats, you can use expression as one of the possible ways to persuade someone. There are also subterfuge and empathy routes to do that, but that's one application of expression.
I think that fits. I like it.
All right, you now have a 4th dot of athletics and a 1st dot of expression.
I can start to do just some like crazy parkour shit.
While reciting poetry, I guess. Excavo, you have 10 experience points. Would you like to spend them on anything?
I think as the only vampire to think about, hey, we don't have any equipment for this cave adventure. We should probably get something to see with.
I'm wondering what this translates to.
I think I could get a point in survival.
Oh, no doubt.
Just because I'm not necessarily streetwise,
Preparedness?
but specifically for, being out of my element, and
It seems like very singularly useful in all of these like non-urban settings that we go to.
Yeah, I think I could do that. And that would be my first point in survival. So that would be what? 3 experience points?
Yep, 3. All right,
I was
I'll allow
shocked
it.
to learn something a little bit ago when I looked up like the night vision abilities in this game. Am I looking at the right
Do we
thing?
have night vision?
Apparently not, according to the internet.
Correct. The ability to see...
Well, good thing I said
The ability to
Which
see...
I definitely went into that cave assuming I'm a vampire. I can see everything in the dark.
Right? We're nocturnal.
I am a creature that lives in the night, but apparently not.
The ability to see in absolute darkness is something that would require something like the first level of Protean, which is a gangrel discipline. If there is some light, heightened senses would help you see in that environment, but it would not give you what you would consider night vision.
So Darby and Excavo would have been better suited for cave fighting.
A bit better, yes.
Well, here we are fighting the man.
I do think, if I can make an argument in favor of our team, I think that the fact that we are being pretty discerning with how we're spending our experience points with role playing and things that are not very min-maxy,
Yeah.
it lessens the impact of kind of the time warp that we're going through of accumulating so much XP so quickly from a time perspective. It's less dramatic than just getting like combat skills and
Right. I mean, it would behoove me to not min-max because my specialties are so much about technology that these other experiences are making me earn points in other areas. So it
get more well-rounded. Yeah, respond into the challenges.
It's my benefit to take advantage of those moments.
And
that, like survival. Like, yeah, I got my first point.
And Excavo, you have 7 more points that you can spend if you wish to.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I'm fine. Just keep them.
Dope. I think this is a good session. A lot of fun. We hit 20. That's amazing.
Wow.
Session 20.
All right. Well, let's
We're
pick
going
it
to
back
do the
up.
one with the flashbacks.
What do you guys suggest for the
story.
title of this episode?
The Batcave.
What's up, pussycat? No.
That would be a bit of a spoiler.
Yes. that
True,
would be.
true.
I like
Prospectors.
like a new prospect.
I like it.
I love
Very
it.
nice.
I
Very
love
I was
it.
thinking
That's
like
it.
it has to be prospectory, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. We're right
You
here.
struck gold with that one.
It could be the unaccompanied minor, but I think a new prospect is pretty good.
Actually, I do like unaccompanied minor more.
It could be both. It
Maybe a
could
new
be
prospect.
a new
colon.
prospect. Yeah.
Unaccompanied,
Unaccompanied minor prospect. I don't know.
Striking gold with a new prospect and unaccompanied minor.
We can all do rock puns.
All of them.
All
All
right.
right, guys. See you
Good
next
job,
time.
everybody.
Peace
It's a lot of
out.
fun.
Hey.
See y'all.